Welcome to Mallorca!
Let's go inside and try some wine. We are on the bus going to see some of the sights of Palma. We found ourselves a cute little cafe in the centre of Palma called Brunch. On the right hand side is this big beautiful building, the Cathedral. We're Craig and Kirsty, a full-time travel couple sharing our adventures here on YouTube. We upload new travel content every week from different parts of the world, so please subscribe and welcome to the adventure of Tied Knot Travellers. We are at the airport, headed to a new country. We're going to Spain and we're going to head off to the city of Palma for a few days because we've been invited to an exciting event for the first time we've ever been to anything like this. So let's go see. The reason we're heading to Palma for an impromptu trip is because we were invited to attend a travel event hosted by Traverse. We've never been to anything like this before, so we're pretty excited to meet everyone as well as tour the city of Palma across the next 5 days.
Mallorca, una vegada més moltes gràcies I molt bona nit.
Hola, España!
Welcome to Mallorca! We've just arrived at our Airbnb here in Palma. Really nice and cozy. It's been quite a long but pretty smooth travel day actually, even with all the COVID stuff going on. But we've got a long and very exciting week ahead, so we're really looking forward to it, but we need to get to bed and get some rest because we are straight on it tomorrow.
This is the first time we realised earlier that Craig and I have actually been in Spain together. We've both been to Spain a few times, but never actually together, and we only realised that after we got here. And yeah, I've now lost the roof of my mouth because we just had some pizza when we got here because we're starving.
Molten pizza.
Yeah, you know, when you just don't have the patience to wait for it to cool down and you take that first bite and instant regret when the roof of your mouth is just gone. That's what I did.
We don't advise it. TKT top tip. We're going to get to bed now because we've got to be up early tomorrow and ready for some adventures.
See you tomorrow.
We're here on our first full day in Palma, Mallorca. We've woken up and we're just heading down to the waterfront, the meeting point for our first experience of the week.
Autumn is definitely in full swing here. We are getting hit with leaves as we walk along. Can you believe it? I've been cracking
really
out
beautiful.
all these leaf jokes this morning, driving Craig mad.
Yeah, it's
But
big
yeah,
range.
looks pretty big.
It was raining quite a lot this morning, so it's really wet on the ground, but the sun's just come out and
has.
we've just come around the corner and seen the cathedral.
Yay!
It's beautiful. We're making our way to the meeting point and stay tuned to see what we get up to.
Yay! We're going to go do something exciting today with the Traverse guys. Our first stop of the trip is this old windmill which used to produce flour a long time ago, and it's connected now to a winery, and we've just met the owner of this lovely little windmill and land, and we're going to head inside for some lunch and some wine. This beautiful winery and windmill is only about 20 minutes bus journey outside of Palma, so let's go inside and try some wine. This 14th century windmill has been beautifully converted to host guests while sampling the wine from the surrounding vineyards that were planted 40 years ago on this Spanish family land. The friendly owner offers tasty local food which went down perfectly with their homegrown wine. So we just had multiple courses of nice typical Spanish food, homemade food. It's a really lovely venue and it's cool. We just ate lunch inside a windmill and had loads of wine with it as well. Highly recommend it. It's been really lovely. Now we're going to head on the bus back to Palma and head off on the next adventure.
After our windmill experience, we grabbed a beer and a coffee down by the seafront, and now we're on one of the main streets through Palma, which is called Paseo del Borne, and we're about to see the Christmas lights be switched on. Apparently £1 million has been spent on the Christmas lights in Palma this year, but we've got a few minutes until they switch on. So really looking forward to it. It's really pretty down here. You've just got the cathedral lit up over there, and also we've met up with one of our Instagram friends, John Bren Travel. If you haven't checked him out, check him out on Instagram. He's currently traveling around Europe.
First time making an online friend, a real life friend.
Hi.
Hi.
Seeing the streets of Palma laden with Christmas sparkle felt strange for us, as we're more used to seeing summer sunshine in Spain. But visiting this small Balearic island out of season definitely has its perks, as Palma certainly go all out for their Christmas lights display. After seeing the sparkle of Christmas, we made our way inside to meet some other friendly travellers and share some Spanish tapas.
It's our second full day here in Palma, Mallorca. Had a really fun day yesterday going for wine and tapas at the old windmill and seeing the vineyards. And then we came back into town, met up with a friend and went for more tapas. We met loads of great people, other content creators, and then we saw the lights getting switched on, which was awesome.
So yeah, feeling nice and Christmassy now, and we've woken up this morning, day 2, in the city centre of Palma, and it tipped it down with rain on us.
Our feet are soaking.
But we had no choice, we had to go out into the rain because we've got another trip booked. We're off to go and play golf, which is something I've never done in my life.
We're not sure if it's going to be cancelled, it's a bit wet.
Yeah, I don't really want to play golf in the rain, but...
Looking at the forecast, it looks like that's going to be it for the rain. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah. Anyway, we're just about to cross the road to get on our bus and meet our group and go and play some golf. Let's smash this. Also, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but that is the HMS Queen Elizabeth, the Royal Navy aircraft carrier. Apparently it's in Palma Harbour for a couple of days. Not sure why. I think it's apparently stopping from drills in the Med on the way back to the UK. But there it is. It's a bit of a beast. So, slight change of plan. Because of the bad weather, golf has been cancelled. So that's not happening. But this is. Let's go and see the city. Yes.
So now we are on the bus going to see some of the sights of Palma. I'm not too upset that the golf was cancelled. I've never played golf in my life, so I wasn't up for playing golf in the rain. It's what you get for coming to Spain out of season. I've never seen rain in Spain before, but yeah, that's because I've always come in season.
It definitely falls mainly on the plane.
Generally. It's actually stopped raining now, it's nice and sunny, it's lovely. But yeah, we're going to go check out some of the sights, which we were going to do after golf anyway, and then hopefully find ourselves some tapas and a nice coffee somewhere. Normally, on a hop-on, hop-off bus tour, we would hop off and go and see the sights on foot. But as we already got drenched this morning, we weren't feeling up to strolling around. So we decided to enjoy the full city tour from the comfort of the bus, which took just over an hour. Freezing after getting soaking wet feet and sitting on the top open deck of the bus. We found ourselves a cute little cafe in the centre of Palma called Brunch, and it's really, really pretty outside, and we've ordered the most his and hers food I think we've ever ordered. Craig's gone for like a massive New York burger with like cheese and bacon and egg and fries, and I've gone for a nice little light brunch with scrambled egg, avocado, and a nice little acai bowl. Super nice, I'm excited. And it's nice and warm, I've warmed up, yay! We couldn't resist a little after lunch coffee because they've got the prettiest coffees I think I've ever seen. So Craig went for a blue one, which is made blue with spirulina.
Tastes like latte.
Yeah, so he's got a blue latte and I've got a pink latte. Definitely the prettiest coffee I think I've ever seen. And that's made pink with beetroot. So a beetroot and a spirulina coffee. Nice.
They've got the nice little edible flowers on as well.
Cheers.
Palma City is the capital of the Balearics and the holiday island of Mallorca. The narrow old town streets wind to reveal peaceful courtyards, pretty squares, and Renaissance, Baroque, and Gothic architecture. There are shops, cafes, and restaurants to suit all tastes, built into these beautiful buildings. Palma Old Town is the perfect place to shop and dine any time of year.
Crazy to think that this time last year we were running around the streets of Santorini in Greece and it was crazy hot, super sunny, and now we are running around the streets of the city of Palma and it's kind of sunny but it's definitely a lot cooler in temperature. We're like swimming in the sea in Greece and wearing shorts and t-shirt, and now we're like coats and it's freezing. But I've never seen this side of Spain before. I've only been here in season when it's been sunny, and if I'm honest, I've only ever been to Palma to party in Magaluf. So it's nice to see the more grown-up side to Palma and wander around the old town and see the streets and all the history. It's beautiful.
Paseo del Borne has become the most luxurious shopping street on the island in recent years due to the opening of many large designer stores. It is now referred to as the Golden Mile of Palma. Although we weren't here to shop, we still enjoyed strolling along the tree-lined luxurious street, complete with sparkly lights and beautifully decorated store windows.
We are on day number 4 here in Palma de Mallorca, and as you may have noticed, the sun has returned.
Yeah, we've had a nice lazy morning, relaxing, because it's been pretty intense. This event is really exciting and we're really happy to be here, but constant socialising is not something Craig and I are used to.
Especially over the past 18 months or so, we've all been in lockdown, so it's taking a bit of adaptation to get used to this level of socialising, but it's been a great event so far and we're really excited for what's left.
So after a nice relaxing morning, headed out in the sunshine, and we are going to go inside the cathedral today, hopefully, if it's open. I'd like to go and see, because it looks amazing. The cathedral looks stunning. We saw it the other day. We're like, we need to come back, we need to see inside this place.
Yeah, it looks magnificent, so we're going to go and get some tickets, head inside, but it's just so nice to feel the sun on our skin.
Yeah.
And not have wet feet. Let's head inside.
As you come up the steps towards the cathedral, you'll see on your left-hand side there's the palace, and the right-hand side is this big, beautiful building, the cathedral. It's absolutely stunning, and we are super gutted because it's closed this afternoon, so we can't go inside, but hopefully we can go inside the palace instead. So we're going to go check out that. It's €7 per person to go inside the palace, and €8 per person to go inside the cathedral when it's open. So apparently the opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 10:15 to 2:15, very specific. Which if we'd known that, obviously we would have come this morning, but we would have switched our day around. But here we are. We're here this afternoon, so we're going to head inside the palace. €7 entrance per person to go inside the palace and €8 to go inside the cathedral. But the views from up here, where the cathedral and palace is absolutely stunning. It looks out across the sea and you've got a lovely water fountain in the background. It's just amazing. And the palm trees, of course. And the sun shining. So yeah, let's go check out the palace.
Thank you.
Gracias. So I've just come inside the palace now, and I'm standing in a room called the Council Hall. There's really cool tapestries everywhere, big wide rooms. There's quite a few to walk through as you come in. The palace is divided into 6 main sections. So we're just going to try and see all of it if we can, including some Roman baths, because it's been passed along through different ownerships throughout the generations, because the palace was originally built in 123 BC, so it's a pretty old building.
As we wandered around the various rooms of the palace, we could see a mix of different styles, which are a result of there being so many different conquerors over the years. The palace is described as a 10th century Muslim fortress, rebuilt in the Gothic style by the Christians. The word Almudaina comes from the Arabic word for fortress. However, long before the Moors arrived in the 10th century, the site had already been used by the Romans, and even further back by the Teloites. When the Christians took possession of the island in the 13th century, the Moorish features were largely demolished, and the palace adopted the Levantine Gothic style. One of our favourite sections was the palace courtyard. Looking up and seeing the imposing spires of the cathedral made it all feel very majestic and cool. The palace is currently the official residence of the King and Queen of Spain, but it's unlikely you'll catch a glimpse of the royals, as they tend to stay at their Maravant residence. From here we made our way back inside to explore another section of the palace. Be warned, if you visit, whatever you do not step on this rug that spans most of the floor in this room, because even though it's a floor rug and there are no signs to say that you can't step on it and nothing to section it off, if you put 1 foot on this rug, an angry Spanish lady will chase you off, so you have to sidestep around the walls of the room to get across safely. The palace and its views are really fascinating and impressive. You can imagine what it must feel like to live here with all the grandeur and views overlooking the Bay of Palma. Thankfully, as the King and Queen of Spain are never home, visitors can come and enjoy it year-round.
We just came out of the palace here in Palma, and it felt kind of like we were being just stalked and followed the entire time. Craig found it quite funny. He was kind of playing games with security guards, because you would literally go into a room, they follow you in, and then he would go back into the same room to see what would happen, and they're like, oh no, which way do I go? Like, I want to follow him, but I want to follow her. So yeah, if you are really interested in Spanish history, then great. It was cool to see. I've never seen a Spanish palace before, so it was cool to see. But honestly, I felt like I just spent €7 just to get stalked for an hour. So yeah, that was our experience of Palma Palace. Good if you like a game of cat and mouse, I suppose.
Join us next time as we head off and become full-time world travellers for the second time. Find out where we're headed first and whether or not we actually make our flights whilst waiting for test results. For daily updates on our travels, head over to our Instagram at Tide Not Travellers, or for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, we'd love you to join us on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
It is on. Let's make sure we're not zoomed in on our faces as well.
Yeah, because you're in charge this time.
Don't do it, Kirsty.
Crazy how different the temperature is. I always think of... oh, for God's sake.